Basketball, a game of giants. When he had to, he knew all the tricks.
Nobody can pass that ball through the heart of the six. You want to put on a show here.
The Lakers look to capitalize off of the road win versus the Toronto Raptors tonight. Yes, it is game day. We got the Lakers versus the Pistons. Welcome back, boys and girls, to the Lakerland show. Seven Mitchell, I'm in the damn building. Y'all already know how we coming on game day, man. And we got a couple things to actually talk about. So shout out to all the playback supporters. Tonight, it is going down, y'all, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. We're going to be locked in a little bit early on the playback so we can do an official preview. But we got the Pistons and the Lakers tonight. This is the first of two games for the season. The Lakers, right now, like I said, coming off of a win versus the Toronto Raptors. This will now be the fourth of 5 games on the road that the Lakers are experiencing on this road trip. They're now going against a Detroit Pistons team tonight who are actually winless at home. They're 2-5 so far on the year. I believe that's a better start than what they started off with last year, but they have not yet won at home. So it's going to be interesting. I know the crowd is going to be really engaged. We got LeBron, maybe a possible Bronny James sighting tonight. I know the fans of Detroit is going to be rocking and rolling and ready for a potential upset in their minds. The Lakers right now are 7.5-point favorites. To me, you know, I got similar thoughts and similar feelings, just like versus Toronto, even though I feel like the Lakers are a much better team than Detroit. You can't take away the fact that Detroit is young, they're hungry, they're going to get after it, and having the Lakers running around chasing people isn't really all that good. We're not that great of a defensive team, especially in the backcourt. So, you know, youth could always be a disadvantage for the Lakers whenever, you know, that's the opposition what it's built like. It's going to take a lot of experience, a lot of non-mistake type of play for the Lakers to beat these types of teams, because we've seen the Lakers at many times kind of play down to the level of competition and stuff like that. Close that door! But ultimately, man, I am very super duper excited to hopefully see the Lakers continue and get back into the win column tonight. They're definitely going to need it. AD right now, balling. Anthony Davis looking real MVP-ish, averaging just about 32 points per game, shooting at a 58% clip for tonight. The injury report is interesting for the Lakers. D'Lo and Austin Reeves, the starting backcourt for LA, are both game time decisions, as well as Anthony Davis. Jared Vanderbilt and Christian Coloco also is out. For Detroit, Bobby Klintman is out. Also, Thompson is a game time decision for Detroit right now. The Pistons are they're fourth in the Central, sitting again at 2-5. They're coming off of a win versus who did the Pistons just won versus the Brooklyn Nets last night, 106-92. So the last 2 out of 3 games for Detroit, they have been wins. They got a huge upset versus Philadelphia. They came home and got destroyed by like 30 to New York, but then they went to Brooklyn and got a very decisive win there. So it's going to be an interesting game. Again, I do feel like the Lakers are a much better team, but the Lakers just got to come out mistake-free with some energy, regardless who's on the actual basketball court, and they should be able to get the win. Right now, LA is sitting at 4-2. They're tied. They're about at third place, you could say, one game back from the Phoenix Suns and the Golden State Warriors, who are both 5-1, tied for the top of the Pacific Division. Now, predictions for tonight. I'm going LA. It won't be. I don't predict that it's going to be close. Not at all. I do feel like the Lakers, as long as they can get out early, And if they can sustain the lead, we did see Toronto kind of make a comeback, but that's the type of play that you want to see from the Lakers in the first half. I think they could always make adjustments in the third quarter. That was a big problem and the reason that Toronto did make the comeback. But ultimately, I think that, JJ Redick and them guys could fix what's ailing in the second half. They need to get out to a quick start, point blank, period. No matter who they're playing, they need to get out to a good start, an efficient start. Every time I've seen the Lakers play, they start the game out getting some turnovers. So defensively, they seem to be locked in. But offensively, we want to see more of a stable pace. I do think that the momentum that the Lakers had winning in Toronto will continue tonight, and the Lakers should get the win versus the Detroit Pistons. Once again, 7:30 tip-off. We'll be live here in playback about 7 o'clock, 7:15, just to do a quick rundown of what's going to happen in the game. This is the best of seven sports talk, guys. Seven Mitchell. I'm in the building. Shout out to Playback TV as well. Make sure you guys follow the Playback Room in our link. If you guys need or looking to purchase NBA League Pass, make sure you join and use our affiliate link for Lakers Land to get yourself NBA League monthly for the month of November, man. We're very excited for the partnership that we have with Playback as well as the NBA. So we're looking to make a lot of noise for you guys in this upcoming season. Now, we talked yesterday about the whole situation with Jaxson Hayes, and it looks like the NBA is opening up an investigation on the incident of Jaxson Hayes and his girlfriend. That footage came out that TMZ released about the situation that happened back in 2021 when Jaxson Hayes was a New Orleans Pelicans. Now, yesterday I took the notion that the Lakers should be proactive in this situation, even though it didn't happen under their watch. He is now under uniform, and the footage was just a bad look. It was a bad look, and he up until this point, Jaxson Hayes hasn't faced really any punishment from the league. He did plead no contest to part of this case. He had did some probation and some stuff like that. She still has an open lawsuit, I believe, right now on Jaxson Hayes, the former girlfriend. So things still have to play out in courts. But as far as the NBA go, I was kind of alluding that the Lakers need to be a little bit proactive, kind of sort of like Memphis was to Ja Morant. Remember, the Grizzlies, if I'm not mistaken, went on ahead and suspended Ja Morant before the NBA even got involved with their investigation. They were very proactive in it. I disagreed with Memphis doing that, but since the standard has already been set, why not keep that same energy for Jaxson Hayes, who, like I said, that footage was not a good look. He is not that much of a liability. An asset to the Lakers, even though you want him to be, because we definitely need him. We can definitely use him. But, I think principle, morality carries a big thing in LA. They asked JJ Redick about it. He said that they were aware of the circumstances, but he really wasn't going to speak that much on that. I'm wondering if Rob Pelinka and these guys in this organization knew about this situation when Jaxson Hayes originally came to the Lakers, because Jaxson Hayes just got another contract, I believe, over the summer with LA. So why is Rob Pelinka and them praising and giving this guy a job when he, has done what he's done? Now, I know the footage just came out, so it's kind of hard to kind of vilify the Lakers organization and the NBA for not coming down on him without the evidence. But, man, it was a bad look, and it led me to believe that that wasn't the first time he's behaved in that manner. And more than likely, if he hasn't gotten any real help, this was only 2-3 years ago, the energy still could be the same. So I don't know about the future of Jaxson Hayes. Trading Jaxson Hayes, that conversation to me just doesn't make any sense, for the simple fact that nobody's going to want him, especially after this stain. Nobody's going to want him. What the Lakers should do about it, I don't know. I just think maybe if they were proactive and decided to suspend him for maybe 5 games, 10 games until the NBA decided to step in, I wouldn't have been mad at it because I did not like what I saw. Let's go to the NBA Twitter, y'all. See what's going on right now in the NBA. Like I said, tonight is game night. We got about how many games on deck? 3, 6, 7 games tonight. Predictions, I'm going with the Knicks to knock off the Bucks. I'm going with Golden State over Charlotte. No, I'm sorry. I'm looking at this totally wrong. I got Cleveland over Milwaukee, Golden State over Washington, LA over Detroit, Boston over Atlanta. I got Memphis over Brooklyn. I got the Miami Heat at home over Sacramento. I got the Bulls over the Jazz. I got Detroit. Excuse me. I got the Knicks going on in Houston getting the win. Minnesota will knock off Charlotte. OKC will beat the Orlando Magic. I got the New Orleans Pelicans over Portland. Dallas over Indy. Denver will get the win over the Toronto Raptors. I got Phoenix over Philly. And last but not least, I'm going to go with Wemby and Chris Paul to get the win on the road with the San Antonio Spurs. That's how I'm coming for tonight's predictions. Then, of course, we got the big game with LeBron, AD and company versus the Detroit Pistons. It's nothing like game day. There was something about Austin Reeves. Okay, so here's the status report. So AD is the right hip, Austin Reeves right ankle sprain. I'm gonna be real. Austin Reeves has been such a pivotal piece, and you can tell he's gonna be such a pivotal piece with this Lakers if we're gonna be successful. We really do need him now. But if his ankle is not right, it seemed to me like the Lakers are forcing this whole thing. Like he's truly not right, and this could wind up being more of a problem than anything. If I was the Lakers, man, I really would consider sitting Austin Reeves down and either bringing somebody up or doing something. But we're gonna need Austin Reeves down the stretch, and I don't really feel comfortable or confident in him trying to rush this thing back because it does seem to me like there's definitely seriously something wrong with Austin Reeves ultimately. We got the homie Justo in the building. Shout out to the big homie Justo. Uh, in other news with the Lakers, that really is basically it. Other than tonight, like I said, we're gonna be locked in. The game starts at 7:30. We'll be going live a little bit earlier just to get some of the pregame out the way. But I just had to come at you guys in Lakerland just to kind of chop it up for a minute or two and talk about the NBA finally deciding to investigate Jaxson Hayes. I don't know how this is going to play out. Um, Disappointing though. It is very disappointing because I've been one of the few that has been campaigning for Jaxson Hayes to be put into the starting lineup for the Lakers actually so that LeBron James and Anthony Davis could get back to their true positions. I've seen a little bit of promise so far in these first handful of games from Jaxson Hayes, but at the end of the day, I just what I witnessed in that footage was just a bad look. It was a bad look. And Justo alluded, like, it was only it was 2 years ago and he hasn't been punished, because the footage just came out. I believe if that surveillance footage would have came out when this incident occurred, Jaxson Hayes would have definitely been suspended. So now that the NBA is getting involved, we're just going to have to wait and see how that plays out. I'm wondering if if the Lakers are going to unofficially do anything, if we're going to see Jaxson Hayes play, getting any minutes tonight. I'm going to be definitely on the lookout. I really can't afford not to have Jaxson Hayes on the basketball court, seeing how depleted we already are in the front court for the Lakers. So I don't know, man. We'll figure that thing out. Last but not least, here on the Lakerland show, today is today Monday? Well, what's today, man? Because I'm totally off. Yeah, today is Monday, November the 4th. We got to do our Lakers power rankings for week number 2. I'm going with Anthony Davis still remains number 1 for me on my Lakers power ranking. I believe last week Anthony Davis had the strongest showing of the Lakers on both ends of the court. Number 2, LeBron James. He moved up from number 3 to number 2 over Austin Reeves this week. In my power rankings, I had LeBron number 2. Pretty much for the power rankings for my 5 is basically the starters. The rotation of it just kind of got switched up a little bit. I had Rui at number 3, moving up in my power rankings from number 4 last week. I kind of had him and LeBron tied last week, but Rui now moves up to 3. Austin Reeves, I had him going down from 2 to 4 this week, excuse me. And D'Angelo Russell crept into my top 5 power ranking this week. You know, Dalton Connect, for whatever reason, did not get a lot of opportunity that I expected him to get as far as minutes go. So it's been kind of limited for him. And, D'Angelo Russell played kind of big in, some of those games last week. So that's how I'm rounding out my Lakers power ranking for week number 2. Y'all let me know what y'all think and who y'all rank as the top 5 Lakers for the second week of the season. I'm Seven Mitchell. This is Playback, and this is the Lakers Land Show. Again, we'll be live coming back at you guys tonight for the game. Lakers at Detroit. Tip-off is at 7:30. Like I said, I'll probably be going live probably about 7 o'clock, 7:15, just to get some of the pregame things out of the way. And we'll be ready to go. Hopefully the Lakers can continue this momentum and get another win on the road because, my God, they're definitely going to be needed. Will J.J. Redick play Jaxson Hayes tonight? Will a suspension come down before the game? Anything goes, Lakers land, but y'all know any breaking news come out, I'll be on it, and I'll be at you guys ASAP. Y'all know how we come in here. Seven Mitchell. Shout out to Justo, as always, in the building for checking in. I'll catch you guys tonight on Lakerland here on Playback, 7:30. Lakers, Detroit. Y'all already know the vibes. Stay safe, everybody. Peace. For all the latest news and debates on the Los Angeles Lakers, be sure to subscribe here to the Lakers Land platform. Also, don't forget to check out our Playback Room for our free VIP watch parties to all our Lakers games, and of course the live Lakerland podcast. That's playback.tv/LakersLand.